You are watching AYV Television.
So you know things maybe then put down there for please journalists and then bring this one for able Olden at the back.
Let me go. No, please. I know what they make. I beg. Want to talk to people them, not going to get the facts. Yeah.
Them two political parties, APC, SNDP, anybody that say becoming a threat, then get for fuse you or polarize you, let you lose your strength.
And again, this just bring me to the question of what they say for even they do local language in the school. How then they go compare it?
I think it's not a bad idea for local languages.
Why it's not supposed to allow any school for submit to them when the school not get approval from MBSSC?
My job is to test the people who shape our country, socially or politically. We discuss important human interest issues. Hot seats, a platform to hear your views and opinions without fear or favor.
When I talk about Arise, suicide government they play Anki Arise project.
Yeah. Mention also about parent in issue.
Honorable parental don't pay that full amount to the ACC.
Una check who say pull money there for paying quick?
No check.
Why?
Wait, yeah. Listen. No, wait.
Again?
Wait, okay, I know they lost. No, make like lost. No, wait. No, listen.
Government don't increase taxes on people for this past 3 months. You don't think it's a burden to people?
In economic development, you they increase tax.
It's quite an exciting good evening from wherever you watch it from. This is the Hot Seats program. We meet you live on AYV Television. This is the program. We, of course, AYV designed for bring you views and opinions of experts them from various walks of life. Wherein we can bring to you the undiluted opinions, in what of view. So we look at several issues on a daily basis that cut across the education sector, the health, politics, governance, and many other things. I can tell you, say, if even Adam Mamina market gets an information that seems very much vital to the growth and development of Sierra Leone, we see ways for bringing them to the studio or meet wherever they just so that your own views be heard, because we believe in the concept of audio alter pattern. Here the other side, we hear both sides of the story and allow the public for judge. Me and Samuel Ibrahim Koroma, and inside the Hot Seats program today, we look at a very sensitive issue when a former president Ernest Bai Koroma's criminal charges drop. And what is the impact of this on the political landscape of Sierra Leone? Similarly, so we get for of course, the ECOWAS conference that is being slated in Sierra Leone. Again, at the studios this evening for help you understand and discuss these all important issues, I get the pleasure for introduce lawyer Banja Tijansi. We now one-time Secretary General for the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party, the SLPP. Good evening. My pleasure for getting our studio also.
Good evening, Pambulem, Naus, good evening.
And similarly, so I get the pleasure for introduce Minkailu Payamba Koroma. We now member na the publicity team for the main opposition All People's Congress. Good evening, and I pleasure for getting Payamba.
Good evening, Samuel. Good evening, Banja Tijansi, and viewers are delighted for their.
As already don't stated the topic, now that the former president stands by Koroma and criminal charges, governments don't officially drop him, and waiting this mean for the political landscape now Sierra Leone. I'll start off with you, Banja Tijansi. The fact is you're a lawyer, and but what's in this mean for politics in Sierra Leone?
Well, let me start first. What we call nolli prosequi, where the Attorney General, I will start from that. Answer yesterday on the we mean say you don't discontinue all action against the former president Ernest Koroma. We been they stand trial for treason and misprision of treason. Yes, the Attorney General rely on Section 45 of the Criminal Procedure Act 2024, and rightly so. That section they give power for do that. You not get for explain to nobody, not get for give reasons to nobody. We all now, if we don't say we to make that happen, we go just the guess. Because now I know what to make a given decision, and the law not say for tell you what to make a given decision. But for me, own small experience practicing law in Sierra Leone for over 4 decades now, I would say, but in the way they make you enter nolli prosequi, public policy, That now one. Number two, sometimes you don't get evidence, you understand, you don't see the way with the evidence, you don't be able to prove anything, you know. And any other reason. Public policy will include security and all things like that, because the Attorney General, not forgetting the principal advisor to the government, and a cabinet member. So things then they were apprised of where they go on, with me and you not going to know about. In terms of the security of the country and all that. So, but reason and they, but we're not going to the reason. Now, because that one in 91 green law. But what's not the, as you say, the impact of that on the political landscape? I think it's good at the moment, you know, because the wounds of division we exist right now in a long way. It bring we together, say, make we move on. And come together in the name of national cohesion for build this country as we go before. As I can always talk na multiple fora, if we not unite na this country, better not be for far away. And yes, I don't hear beaucoup people they talk beaucoup thing about this nolly way the Attorney General don't nolly this case. Some people in get apprehension say you know good, na bad precedent. But then again, you get for look, because now two things this way, then our motto, we get unity on one side, we get justice on the other side. You get for way, at this particular juncture, waiting good for win at this country, the politically. And politically, I think that's a good move. Whatever you say, the former president don't contribute in own na this country, for run this country. And he belonged to one of the two political parties there. We don't rule this country as of from independence. And as such, he get a lot of people then where they look forward to them. And then people in there, I'm sure, not be exactly happy all this period there, so this they happen. And I think to say this movie I go don't make them people and they then say your heart cool. We son say if they not want to take part safe in what they go on at the country now, then go get second thought. Than a one. Two, would they come to elections? If I make all man day, I make all man day around. And as Koroma, whatever you say, was the face of the APC. And up to that date, yeah? Once the president, as far as me concerned, always a president, now a face.
Okay.
When we talk about SL people, we not go talk about we will not talk about President Tijan Kabano to so.
You're right.
Likewise, APC forget the way they call for talk about what the self president do.
And with that, I go on for hold you, Lawyer Banja Tijan C, and bring in, you've said quite a lot, mentioned not to prosecute as per sections 45 sub 1 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024. But many people on the raise eyebrows on the provisions in section 46. We similarly so talk about we talk issues for the
no, but you see that just
no, we can't talk about the Banja Tijan C. La Osharin Minkailu Payamba Koroma. Minkailu, how will the APC receive this pressure from the Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice? Say they not enter and nolly prosecute, we then discharge the matter we've been there against a very senior party member within the APC, when our former president Ibrahim Koroma.
Yes, at the onset, last start for say, I didn't sync with all within my big brother Banja Tijan C say. I think say we dey at a point in history where we for consider a lot, but especially national cohesion and unity of the country. You know, also on behalf of the All People's Congress, I hope so you don't see the press release. So the effects after with the AG being issuing public notice for inform we say they don't discontinue the matter against President Koroma. We've been there for respond as a party. I want to start on behalf of the party for appreciate the government of Salio, especially His Excellency the President and the office of the AG and all the one that will contribute for make this possible. We also follow quite recently the President Binde, na McKinney, then been get waiting and called presidential town hall meeting. One of the things that we talk about extensively na national cohesion. He even talk say then borders they are where colonial masters then be create, not just for administrative purposes. But we all are one and the same people them na the country. and that will do everything humanly possible for unite the country. And I also agree with the reasons them where Baja Tijansi advance. I mean, I go only also go add this say, aside the fact say maybe you can decide for discontinue the matter if you not get sufficient evidence, or for public interest, we also do establish clearly. But again, if you think in your opinion say the wrong individual was targeted based on the information we get, you can also decide for say make it drop out. And not a novelty. It is not a novelty. Around the world we see criminal and civil proceedings, then they go on and then decide for discontinue them. We get cases them. It is not a novelty. Not only like now Ibrahim Koroma 1, it don't happen 2. Now if you do a quick search, you ask the question if they can discontinue such criminal procedures, then go tell you say yes, then go give you say the first one will go come up right now as it is, then go say Ibrahim Koroma, Sierra Leone 2026, but then go also refer you to other cases there around the world, now Ghana, now the United Kingdom, now the US, in recent times, where some of them are murder case, some of them now different cases them, where they can discontinue. So not a novelty, and I believe say the president and government of Sierra Leone acted in good faith and then do this for the interest of the country. So we appreciate this and we hope say we go proceed with this unity unabated, and that the country as we approach the 2028 elections we for compete healthily. We know say politics and the competition for political power, but the fact of the matter is we for put the country interest above our own party sentiment them. I see you want to ask question.
One of the issues we also don't mention now the reasons as to why a null policy could be entered. Yeah. But again, at this moment, what does this mean for the rule of law? In all of the press release, we don't come out from the APC. We don't see one from the legal counsel for the lead counsel for former President Ibrahim Koroma and even Ibrahim Koroma. The issues don't come out now. National reconciliation. Cohesion and that of unity. But what does this mean for the rule of law? I'll start off with you, Minkailu. More so when
yes,
the rule of law and justice generally.
Yes.
What does it mean for the rule of law and justice in Sierra Leone?
Yeah.
More so when the courts bring up a case against an individual, a very serious case of that matter, treason and misprision of treason, and at this particular time, not only just him, people who are very close to him, including the security personnel, and at this particular time, a charge has been dropped against him, leaving behind all of those who have been the part of that thing there. What does it mean for justice? I will also ask you a question.
Yes. So, yes, the principles of the rule of law also very clear. You for know say what's waiting to happen right now, not to like say a day outside the law. Now within the law, provisions and they will the reference. We talk about the Criminal Procedure Act, you say section 45, where the AG actually quote, we get the powers for take this decision. If the law tell you say an accused is presumed innocent until proven guilty in a competent court of law, nobody not go tell you say Ibrahim Koroma guilty of the charges that were then pressed against them. Then if the law also tell you say you can prosecute somebody where they stand trial till it reach to a point where a competent court go acquit and discharge them, or where go convict them, the law also tell you so you can discontinue a matter of such. So I don't think say we don't set aside the rule of law or don't trample upon the rule of law. We get cases that way that this trial we now the November 26 attempted coup we then try people and for. We get people that way then being prosecuted and convict. We get the one that way then be acquit and discharge. We got some people that when are politicians, when are military people them, they acquit and discharge them because they not get any sufficient evidence for convict them. But again, if the law make provision for discontinuance of a particular matter, we give the AG the power for do so, and don't act in good faith for do this one, I don't think say we don't trample upon the rule of law.
Many people,
the rule of law.
I still get this question for Banja Tijansi, but many people still believe say there is this sense of insincerity from the end of government. More so when people within the APC, people within the APC, they will still believe say former President Ibrahim Koroma being fly go Nigeria under the guise of seeking medical care, when in actual fact, it means just one for, stay away from the charges we them bring against. And Sylvia Blyden is just one of them.
Now, well, the AG in press release, when you go to the penultimate paragraph, it's also very clear, say them being granted bail for go seek medical attention because the lawyer them been pray for that. They ask say the former president want for go seek medical attention. So then grant and bail on that day. Even when you go to the first paragraph of the lead counsel when at JFK, it also sync with the way the AG state. So not to say na strange thing, people like they run trial, they ask for medical, you know, let them grant them bail for let them seek medical attention, then can give them a bail day. But in no means saying a run from the trial and that make it ask for that for go Nigeria. But again, in the interest of the public and for security reasons, Ibrahim Koroma don't serve as president of the Republic of Sierra Leone for 2 consecutive terms. He don't serve as chairman and leader of the All People's Congress for about 2 decades. So you know also what it means at that material time for the wrong trial, waiting the other people and go think, what about it lead to a circumstance in which way they appear court, you get the whole APC decide for say, Laura Alibiana, law go court, law go accompany na court. All that you know all go well for the security of the state. But I know they are for say, I mean, waiting government do appropriate or inappropriate or Ernest Koroma guilty or not guilty. But in my opinion, I don't think say anybody we don't serve as president of the republic or any country for 2 consecutive terms, where the constitution not give you any mandate again for can seek another term, go be interested in a coup. This is my own personal opinion. I don't think so.
And it seems clear, see, the court been take a decision based on evidence we've been there before them. That was more the reason they come out with that kind of verdict. Therefore, say the man is guilty or whatsoever the case might be. But again, I asked about the rule of law and that of justice. Was this just an act of cooking claims against former President Ibrahim Koroma?
Well, the decision for nully the case under Section 45 is within the rule of law. Nothing wrong about that, you understand? And we say justice. And then you see people and they compare the way Ernest Koroma, you know, walked away, and then the other one in the Pademba Road. Ernest Koroma was never found guilty of anything.
No.
Ernest Koroma, in case they go on, he asked for, just begin go on, he asked for leave for go for medical, and women they ask for leave for go for medical before court. You know, just go before the court say you want to go medical. You they show proof say you need medical attention. You they go with medical report, you know. So I should say they go don't provide all that and before they get bail, you know, for go medical and come back. But the one they then don't find guilty, the one they don't find them guilty, they are convicts. You understand? Yes, I don't say the layman no go understand that one. So what me go say is, I think in the spirit of the same unity and reconciliation, we would I guess say lead because we don't know, lead to this decision, you know, for discontinue action against the former president. I think to say the same way this president and future presidents go look into them people and they would be incarcerated right now into their own case and see that, say, you understand them, they can give them parole at an earlier time, you understand, if they continue to behave well in the same spirit of what they call. But then again, we have to consider the victims. Don't forget, say that they fire shot then at this country, people then die.
Exactly.
People then die, and then people then they right now, you know, they grieve. They go still they grieve for their lost ones, you know, their lost loved ones. So we have to consider the one in the back against it. They say they need justice. But I think to say the justice safe you understand has been served because they don't find them guilty. Some they pardon by road, or even then President Koroma. Although today you understand they don't decide for discontinuum, but waiting they go through, the punishment in itself. Don't forget this man was a former president. Where any side we enter, we all the grab for. If I go see that kind of man there, you understand, at the dock, you see the papers there, and take off good in another country for such a time. They don't think to say that safe, you understand them. Justice has been served to them victims. And they say people there, even including the president, don't get for go through this.
Bandit agency, your submission placed Ernest Koroma na that kind of position. Do you see him as a victim of bad association?
Well, me, I don't know the facts. I can't tell you anything about that case, you understand? I don't know the facts. I know if you know, you understand, the evidence will be there before the Attorney General, you understand, where they decide for prosecute. I don't know the evidence will be before and we decide for discontinue. But all I can say is, you understand, I think to say, even the victims, I go appeal to them, say, they self want peace in this country. You see, it's justice, yes, the rule of law is good. But where the rule of law or justice go lead to anarchy, I think to say justice or the rule of law will go for take a back seat, because where anarchy is, there is not only no rule of law at that time, But even in the future, just remember no more who been there to 1 year. We man the gap no more, he killed 15 people, then nobody know the try and they call a bit killing, just the kill. Nobody. Lawless, I don't be lawless. See Pakabaka, I can bring peace calm. Police station they say we will burn all. But they can build them back. So this is what anarchy brings. So anything we go stop anarchy is good because not only in the peaceful environment where stability and peace day, now they justice they thrive, now they the rule of law, you understand? They get solid foundation.
I mentioned section 46 of the Criminal Procedure Act, where I would just take a verbatim of that particular provision, Minkali and Banjatijansi. It says, a person who has been once tried for an offense and convicted or acquitted of such offense shall not be liable to be tried again on the same fact for the same offense or any other offense of which he could have been lawfully convicted at the first trial, unless a retrial is ordered by a court having powers to do so. I bring this one because many people don't draw a semblance of within the 45, that provision in subsection 1 and 2, where the 3 provide for the second schedule for city forms. Then on they compare the 2. But again, the question remains, are you curious about the sincerity of the purpose in this arraignment?
Well, 46 no apply in this case. Section 46, they tell you what you call a law res judicata. That means to say, the try man to tell for the same cause. And America then say double jeopardy. Yeah. You understand? You know go suffer to tell. The reason for this is that, you understand, case get for end. The case get for end because if you say you understand you just try the man, you bring a car, it's car, the case not go end. And case there should be finality per case. And man no go suffer to tell. For one green thing, you understand? Now that no more that section they tell you. The only section in these circumstances where the Attorney General can stop criminal proceedings against the former president. Now what did they do so under Section 45? But Section 46 not applying in that situation there.
Again, I ask, you get any curiosity with regards to the arraignment of former president like Koroma?
No, I'm nothing to say. I'm nothing to say. Me not get no what they call because as I tell you, you understand there. Now the discretion of the Attorney General. It's not unique to the president, former president. He didn't have the news right now because now be former president. But this is not really happen every year in our country. Every year, for one reason or another, Attorney General or use the Director of Public Prosecution, they go inside court and enter Nolly case them. Based on certain, beaucoup things then they. Me and Mr. Payamba, you understand me, and just list some of the reasons then they, but so many reasons then they will go make the Attorney General. I tell you na discretion. Again for we but things them for make it decide that one day. And in this case, they don't decide that one day. And na legal decision and a decision we justified under the law.
Is the APC worried about anything at this particular moment?
No, we are not worried. The thing is, I also don't follow the apprehensions. Some people then get apprehensions. Yeah, I don't follow the debate.
Many people say no, this is like trap.
No, not a trap. Me believe say this government. I mean, I trust the sincerity of purpose on this one. I believe say not to trap, and I also rely on the like I've been referencing the first paragraph. I don't feel say anything will change of the lead prosecutor JFK. He said our client, His Excellency Dr. Ibrahim Koroma, former President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, has today been formally and fully discharged of all criminal charges previously brought against him. So now when you come to the penultimate paragraph of the release will come from the office of the AG, say as a result of the filing, the proceedings are no longer before the courts, and the former president bails comes to an end with immediate effect. So I don't think say governments they set any trap that now waiting people and they think. Again, we are humans, especially considering the fact that there is what is called politics, and we compete for political power. So some people then go think say because some of the provisions that we maybe then be misunderstand, then go and use them for twist, honest by Koroma or the APC. But me not think so. There is this agreement for national unity. I hope say you understand say there is the agreement for national unity. Yeah. Where they talk say the president, the former president and the current president, at least for the relate, then for the work in harness for the betterment of the country, even the vice president. I want to also believe, say, Ibrahim Koroma, the one the way thinks the way can go be active in politics. Because for the apprehensions, then things say if he can, he decide for take the front row and be active in the APC politics. Now that will make and the incumbent president will get issues. Again, some people they think say if Ibrahim Koroma in popularity go on for overshadow beyond his own popularity. This morning I was on AYV. Somebody raised that issue.
You don't think so? Because many people they say it might be saying Kaman will be met with several precautions. One of which now for let's stay out of politics, stay out of that front.
But the man be don't retire. He be don't retire.
But it seems very powerful within it.
No, it should be powerful. I mean, what you go talk about other former presidents across the world? Nigeria, you get Goodluck Jonathan, you get Obasanjo, you get Babangida. They are all still very powerful. In that particular country, then they leave there. When you go to the USA, you still get Jimmy Carter, you get Biden, you get George Bush, you get Clinton, you get Obama. They are all very powerful. So what did they say about that?
So let's say in Kama met with several precautions. What do you want to connect same to in human rights, personality?
Now, of course, we all know say it gets in fundamental human rights established in the Constitution of Sierra Chapter 3, very clear. The right to association, the man get right to associate. But I don't think they're going to be very active in politics. That I mean thinking. I mean, even the UDHR very clear. The man get the right to denting and day. But I think say waiting and Koroma go focus on now for ensure say he just retire. I mean the person being prepared for retirement. Where you go McKinney, I mean I think say prepare where you go now in resident and McKinney. Waiting he be engaged in now for let go exercise. In the afternoon, people then go around and get lunch together, sit with old friends. Now, don't think they be engaging. I think so we can go focus on that. But if government decide for invite them for any national function, it go there because they're duty as former president for do so. When it comes to politics, it's not going to be actively involved. First of all, somebody be asked me if Ibrahim Koroma go even can vote for constituency elections. Now, say how that possible. The constituency elections, now electoral college, you have to be an elected ward executive, an outgoing constituency executive, an MP, current MP and current councillor before you vote at your constituency. Even at the National Delegates Conference, you don't get voting rights.
But as a senior member within the APC, do you wish Ibrahim Koroma to take the back seat at this moment?
No, well, yes, if I take the back seat, this is not my own thinking. Ibrahim Koroma will not retire from active politics. Back there's a press release to that effect where Ibrahim Koroma be right say he don't retire from active politics. No, not different. From the time we retire from active politics, you ever say I'm per APC function? No, Ibrahim Koroma then at this country. No, well, of course, you get for go meter. If you mean a former president, not mean say I'm not for involved, in politics. But we campaign in this country. We went to every district, every chiefdom, every city in 2023. Ibrahim Koroma no goodie. You they see where they see Obama, they say, me, na former president, being a Democrat, but they endorse Joe Biden. He endorsed Kamala Harris. He campaigned with them across. And Koroma did not do that. So why we for cast aspersions?
I asked about the sincerity of the arrangements. Since the formation of ECOWAS in about around 1975 or so, the 69th session of ECOWAS will be held in Sahel. There are still many coincidences where many don't only point fingers at. Banja Tijansi, you don't follow politics for quite a while, a very senior member within the SRPP, served as Secretary General of the party. Banja, there seems so many coincidences. Many people point fingers at it might be the fact that President Biyo is running for a second time, hoping to go for a second time na ECOWAS. That could have been the reason where they go out for showing people in the CSC did the one for unify the country, and that's more the reason why it got charged against former President Ibrahim Koroma. We see the facility casting. Well, there are many speculations.
Hello, this is very speculative. You know, I don't think to say President Biyo will allow regional development for dictate to the happen
now. Office is enjoying that.
Now we country. We know which we don't go to go this country. You know the sir. You ECOWAS not go for tell you what is I don't go to.
We see all where ECOWAS play for the former President Ibrahim Koroma go Nigeria.
Yes, I mean that na for make it go, you know. But in Cameroon now it's local. You think to say that they make it a camp? No. In Kamwa now, as a result, you understand of engagement, the who don't get now among themselves. APC with SLPP among themselves, APC among themselves, you understand? Say now lead to this. So a big more not bring other people come with your own business, you know. We don't know that's almost here we don't now. Okay, because I think say a big past the country 1 year, we don't 65 years now we don't also now, you understand? 65 year old parent they go wait for make somebody cancel out waiting for do. A neighbor cancel out for make sure say you understand the peace dinner house. No, I don't think so. I think to see this one a local local endeavor by people in Aya find local solutions to local challenges. That nothing past that. And I know you talk about sincerity. Some people they think say because the act say at the end say because they don't discharge you, not mean to say they're not going to bring charges against you. Now they make some people even they talk about section 46, you understand, more applicable than section 45 because they feel to say that na catch and then go left and now they later on they go catch up. When you look the delicate situation, no, I don't think any president they will go and touch that thing there again. You understand? And as a matter of fact, the president will this thing happen. Don't forget, you understand, the alleged charge with them in charge on a treason and misprision of treason against the president bill government. When they say treason, that government didn't be overthrow. You understand that? That man did win a government and overthrow. Now Attorney General, the principal advisor, and I don't know this case. So I don't see how other president who can put much for this president. And this president, not the president who I know say, the president who I know say we don't give him word, you know go against him word. This word we don't give say, you understand? To Attorney General, say no case not there against this man. I want to make Sierra Leone and the rest assured say, it's a sincere move for the best of Sierra Leone, for bring we together, heal, we divide, and make sure say we come together and move this country.
A point to against at some point in time.
We will not begin doubts.
A point to against at some point in time. We talk of treason and misprision of treason. How serious then crimes then they be? And all of a sudden we see a notice being entered for bringing down and charges then do them raised against that person. Again, I ask, one of the pointers that ECOWAS could look into, now say the leader of ECOWAS is not just unifying ECOWAS as a body, but he is unifying members within a country. We know how integral former President Ibrahim Koroma is. We don't see many big meetings we get for do with big bodies there within Africa.
Yes.
Many people point at the coincidence as I raise up with Banja Tijansi. As to President Bill going for a second term, the president is enjoying that office. Just a couple of days ago, it formally commissioned the open office in Abuja for the first time. And a big thing for him as a person and as a country Sierra. And he go out for another seat. This could be just one of them things they need to push out. So okay, when I see this man, I don't count him back. Yeah, I want peace in my country and I want peace in ECOWAS and what have you in Cairo.
So why make we establish ECOWAS? Now for bilateral trade, not for regional integration. Especially, taking into account the interconnected web of conflicts will be happen in the 90s. I mean, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, Mali, and other places. I think, say, ECOWAS head of state then get the responsibility for make unity in the country. If President Bio, we can see the fly go Mali, if the fly go Burkina Faso, if the fly go Guinea, they tell where the interregnum in the military take over. They try for negotiate for bring all the people and they on board ECOWAS. Charity they say begins at home. Then what happens back home? I mean, this again, I know a lot of things say now something will just happen and then drop charges. I mean, waiting could all happen behind the scenes. I mean, they don't look at the evidence maybe, but good things could all happen. And maybe behind.
You think like a matter of looking at the evidence?
Yeah, that's not one. But again, in such cases, even behind the scenes negotiation, in the interest of the public, all that could not happen. So I don't think say the AG just wake up one morning and say they can drop charges against EBK, but their engagement and they fine it in the interest of country. But again, somebody say this morning, I think it was Josie say, just like within Kotobaja Tijansi say that President Bio now possibly know they give a word no more so on something, but when you give a word on something, you know they renege and not go say this and come back and change them. So the sincerity way people in the doubt, I think say while we put our water under the bridge, a lot of focus on the bigger picture. We want unity for this country, and we believe say the unity not for just President Bio or Ernest Koroma, but now for these generations and generations yet unborn. We all know what we go through now this country. We don't want a repetition of that day. Everybody they speculate say 2028 elections get for the fierce, especially considering the outcome of 2023 elections, where the opposition not accept say we lost state today, we don't need to start into money agreement, we don't lead to 2 boycotts there now, governance boycott. So we don't want a repetition of all of that. I think say for soften the ground, the people will be confident. Like Tijansi say, everybody need for dinner the country, even as they approach elections. Now all count to self koju, as the electoral processes then they unfold. Now we they consult to self and they make decisions whether in the interest of country and not party. I think say that that's for the room.
I mean, for just join with the program, na Hot Seat and the camera YV television, at channel 33 and Self Radio 101.7 FM. Similarly, on our Facebook page. Keep dropping us those comments, questions, and contributions as we go along and go through them. Now, the studios, I still get Lawyer Banja Tijansi when I senior member within the ruling Salon People's Party, once for Secretary General of that party, and similarly, so Ibrahim Koroma, we na a member of the main opposition. APC party. We discuss for President Ibrahim Koroma the charges that have been dropped against him. Just yesterday, we see a press release from the Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice, wherein a nollie prosecution was entered pursuant to 45 sub 1 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 2024. We mean see all charges against him. I mean the treason and that of misprision of treason charges will be there against him. We subsequently go to Nigeria as a result of medical reasons. They don't free all them charges, then they say he comes alone as a free man. So we look into that, what it means for the political landscape of Sierra Leone. Similarly, so we promise we'll talk on ECOWAS, session will be held in Sierra Leone. But again, before we move to ECOWAS, session will be held. Many people on the raise one concern that we get for do it, Banja. They say, is this a matter of former President? Is this a matter of the current president, Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, avoiding justice in the future?
No, I don't think so. Justice for voting. Now, what I can say now, every former president go they involve Panku or then go they charge out treason. No, we don't go down that road. I don't know. President Bio. They do what he call for do. All presidents get the challenges the way we get for meet and I get for wiggling themselves around then challenges then they at the end of the day I serve and I not serve na so a legacy go there with we. Now a legacy they left, you understand, when it comes to the rule of law and we come to unity and national cohesion. In don't do your own, it don't feel it's not the best way this way able bring we together as a country, as a people, for make we move this country go before, especially the two foremost political organizations in the country. So you don't do your own, you come out, you go, other man come, you do your own. That's what the presidency is all about. And all man gets your own challenges the way they meet up. All man gets your own opportunities the way they meet up, and how you make use of their opportunities and how you address their challenges then they now go determine your own legacy where you go left. So I'm nothing to say in any way President Bio they do this for protect himself tomorrow, because I no hope say this kind of thing they will continue again at this country, because then thing they are not good for this country, because they just take to go backward.
President Bio seem for don't gain the trust of members within the main opposition APC party with this moves in Kailo.
Well, if I gain the trust of the country, we the citizens of Sierra Leone, for able trust to president, because they're not the elector for just one party. They run on that party for become president, but we become president for the country. Now make it they take out of office. It is swear for protect the constitution and if for protect the state. So I think say if I live beyond reproach and the steps there are where they take so now, these are presidential steps. Now any other president for take. Then again, I don't believe say they do this because they no want for let APC can do this.
Begin Hunter in the future.
No, I don't think so. And I believe say go even go well for the country. How long will they pardon them? Say this government they don't do this. Wo self cow they do am. Maki you no go in a power forever as you come also way other government can they go do am. So how we continue for the repeat the same thing? We don't want for sit down there. I think we the next generation of leaders in the APC cannot go that path. Where the press release come on from the AG office yesterday, mean to say the process of healing na Sierra Leone and don't begin so. And at that trajectory they will want to see. And I also state say we don't begin see sincerity in the statement the way the president they make. They don't make them this repeatedly. So I don't believe say now for if they do this for make we not can revenge. I don't think so.
Is this a true demonstration of the spirit in Resolution 4, another unity agreement?
Yes, I stated it. I mean, I think it's a demonstration. But again, President Bio will not come to run for president again. He will run in second and final term. So what he do now? So now for make it left a legacy, an enduring legacy. Say where President Bio been there, now so he left the country. Now possibly he always on the proud saying and then transition this country to multi-party democracy. They say the way them been there in NPRC, even when some of them colleagues them they want them for continue in governance, for pull the combat and wear civilian clothes and continue for the equity, Mamadou Doumbouya don't do na Guinea. And we other presidents across we don't they do. They say they not do that they then conduct elections and then transition the country to a civilian regime. Although some people then get a contrary view to all of that, but I believe say
you not get a contrary view.
Although well the truth is waiting to happen, the NP actually not emerge now the SLPP emerge. Even though some people then they speculate say NUP, where John Karim would have been there now NPRC transformed to NUP, they not emerge now SLPP emerge, and that is a grand old party. I mean this state from who established this country now two parties that don't get the opportunity for governor SLPP. I mean, and APC. So I think say that then two parties and they continue. So we not for be enemies, we for disagree on issues and policies, but to foresee yourself as one, and we foresee the country as one.
Let's now take the conversation a bit to ECOWAS sessions that are currently held in Sierra Leone. Banja Tijansi, what does this mean for the chairmanship of President Bio at this regional body?
Well, it's good. As chairman, he bring the conference, the midterm conference, inside with country. He could have hosted it anywhere else, but it's good. Made himself come. Made them can see the country as in another way that and for showcase what we can do. You know, because not forget the opportunity for sell ourselves. With the opportunities that we'll get now in terms of investment, in terms of tourism, in terms of so many other areas. You understand? We think to say. We go attract support from we neighbor them, because you see the ECOWAS na bigger blocks alone. We're a small country, we're one of the smallest markets. We only go able attract investment by selling the bigger markets, which is either the Mano River Union or the Economic Community of West African States, because I know 8 million people. Where you go to invest to them, you want a market of 30 million upwards, 40 million upwards, then they begin counting a profit where they make you as there. So that will get for begin they do now for leverage we say, if you understand, as part of this Mano River Union, when we use small sub-regional, what they call now, and the bigger regional block of the ECOWAS. So this is the opportunity for make them can see how we do business there and sell ourselves to them, And I think to say a good idea, for make yourself not all for the other people and talk for good conference. If I made themselves begin now country for make them can see what you do.
This is coming up at a time when a lot of red flags have been raised around Sierra Leone, more so as this nation being one of a narcotic state amongst other things. The news don't tell we say Spain, Germany and other areas don't on the defend container way full of drugs and what have you, where they associate them drugs then they allegedly coming from Sierra Leone, where many people don't say the session in Holwan and President Bio clinching that seat for the second time will help for with negative scandals.
Exactly. Now I welcome distraction, from all that.
Minkailu, how the opposition view this particular development, ECOWAS staging this event in Sierra Leone, taking into cognizance even the infrastructure that we've seen as a result of this event?
Yeah, it is a debate. We don't go on for some time now. Firstly, for the country, it gets advantages, and the disadvantages are also there.
Okay.
I mean, just quite recently, President Bio commissioned one facility for ECOWAS, how much they use for construct that facility there. It's $8 million. But you get about more than 10 stories. You get multi-purpose hall, big hall, a lot of other facilities, and they then commission and just now. I mean, when we get this ECOWAS summit now, they get in own goodies where they bring to the country. One, it can be say it go boost the economy because businesses them, I mean, then go boom. Quite recently, we try to organize some research roundtable discussion. I go hotel Bamoy for go try for do reservations. Then tell me say ECOWAS, the one that they can the summit, they don't take all sides. You understand? So then they no more they contribute somehow to the economy. Again, President Biyo, he come, he say he want for, I mean, clean the image of the country. He want for put Sierra Leone on the map. So he go want for do everything under in chairmanship as ECOWAS, chairman of ECOWAS authorities of head of state for one for host a summit now. Now the same thing people then they claim say Shaka Stevens do when he was chairman of the Organization of Africa Unity.
So what the difference between waiting Shekadu and waiting President Biyo do now?
So I'm coming. I mean, the difference not too great. The only difference that was an African summit for the whole of Africa, when about 5 regions: North Africa, West Africa, South Africa, East Africa, Central Africa, 5 regions. And some people that they claim say the money which Shaka Stevens be used at that time was a little over 200 million United States dollar.
We identify if you quantify me there, yes. It's only going to so speak.
There was a debate. Me and somebody been there on a debate on that. So now I tell and say, well, Shaka Stevens be do that day, then criticize them very seriously. I say maybe in a replica of what Shaka Stevens do, now Mada Biyo also don't do. But now the difference is that $200 million was for the continent, the entire African continent. So this is just for a sub-region, when West Africa. And this sub-region said by the time when we been checked 2 days ago, it's like now only about out of the 16 heads of state, now about 10 belong consent say then go attend the summit. You understand? So when you divide 200 divided by 5, now 40 million they give you. So if in a one sub-region will be organized at 4, then a 40 million at that time. So we need to know the mathematics. But that being said, the money we involved in the organization of this summit is too much. It's too much.
But many they say the money not come out from silent governments. Now money come out from ECOWAS.
Okay, well, me don't involved in this debate from the beginning. So that is why I'm afraid. From the beginning, I don't involve in this debate. Then go tell you, say, for the construction of the International Conference Center and all the other things that were there around them, it's $124 million. Ministry of Information go tell you, say, the money then they spend for host this conference now about 86 or 87 million dollars around that. So we put all together, it will give you about $210 million. But now, come to think about it. Now, the one where I just tell you, say, then Commission of Nigeria, it's in $88 million they use them. Again, people they grumble, say, fear not they go down. You go and ask yourself the question, waiting at the negotiation where governments don't go into for try for service. You understand? The money we then take for do that construction day. Waiting at the percentage really come out now
but that construction, I understand, say it's been done on a PPP. Okay. Also, government they puts money in. Now, private company from Turkey they puts money there.
I get the contract.
Because as a result of an NIG summit that will be held in November, so to speak.
The contradictions are too many. I have the contract. I get an amica right now as I see it. But I'm not bringing it because that's not the subject of discussion. I mean, again, land on this because it is very important. I have had debates with the Director of Communications and State House when I might be where states and public TV say governments not they put dime. Nothing will not they put. You understand? I have sat on TV with Moses Mambu, we say 100% government now in the fund and from the consolidated revenue in the come out. I have received text message from Orange where they try for telling say government they spend part and the company they spend part. It didn't have my phone. I don't receive down there. So 3 different statements.
So what I think you for believe among the 3?
Well, I don't know who that for believe, but I don't also tell you say now you get money where they come up from NPRA, I think National Petroleum Regulation Agency. You get money they come up from RMFA. You get money they come up from Sierra Leone Shipping Agency. You get money they come up from Maritime Administration and one other one, about 5 or 6 agencies. Them where they try for contribute money about 60% or so from voting and they make just for service, then debts, then they maybe would not involve it. Even the fuel price, the title, and so government need for come up plane and be very clear. Again, with all the money that they would spend for stage this particular media summit now, there is also what is known as national neglect. National neglect. I just been to check waiting at the immediate money we need for address electricity problem. We owe, electricity debt of $100 million. We for able to pay out. What we need right now for address the agricultural challenges, the things in the agricultural sector, where this government they pride itself on fiscal alone, it's about $43 to $45 million. The immediate challenges. Now we also see circumstance in which school subsidies are problem. Some teachers that they grumble for money. You go to the medical, a lot of things, and they also. Pundits then go tell you say governance experts then like me go tell you say that national neglect.
You seem to see this one as a missed priority at this particular moment. Is that the case?
Every government gets a own priority. Every government.
You seem to see this as a missed priority at this particular moment.
Yes, but let me build the premise. I don't answer straightforward questions. Every government gets a own priority, but as far as me concerned, I'm not think say it necessary at this material stage. Not necessary.
We get a lot of problems we don't face as a country, one of which now the younger issue. Banja Tijansi, you don't follow this one for quite a while. You understand in and out of the younger issue. Do you see this conference as an opportunity for put the younger issue put on to rest? That's what on the exhibit between Sally and
this question also don't come before Mano River Union, it don't come before ECOWAS, before you understand. So I don't think this go different. Me own solution, me not lawyer, my solution to Yenga for going at the International Court of Justice and we made them decide who that gets Yenga. We get a map, Guinea get a map, more good. You understand? Then Guinea not go because the two countries they get for Guinea don't go before the international ICJ before. So they don't accept, they don't subject themselves to the jurisdiction. We always subject to them because we don't even get George me cousin George Koroma. You understand? Mr. George na the ICJ. So more good and done this issue. We're not going to determine this issue as well by faith. You understand? We're not going to diplomacy. We don't try diplomacy, they go nowhere. Because Guinea, you understand, believe say, then get right today. Who say believe say, will get right today? We two people in the claim say they get right to something. A court no more they decide.
Because the fact is, many say because we get the chairmanship, and that's for give an edge for able to get this issue on.
No, because you understand, Guinea. Now safe that they don't come inside now. Guinea for some time they not been inside the. You see them don't pull the all because of the coup, but I think they don't come inside now. Guinea don't come inside. Guinea is not member. Who's not member? So go now before them. Who put two case? Then put their case. You can only talk case for people. Them you understand the way you say where you see a common point where they will meet. But in this case, there is no common ground. The only ground now for make a body where we all recognize that this one at the International Court of Justice decide. We boundary. They also would our boundary. Who's listen at them boundary? No, go with the colonial maps. You understand with the independent maps. You understand? We put them down and decide. Now they no longer able to decide that. That's where Eritrea and Ethiopia they fit. But now ICJ then go. I've been dependent case in America. I was representing Ethiopia in that PAMO I've been work for in that border dispute. So that's the only place. That's the place for that.
By the looks of things, it seems Salon already for going to the ICJ for go.
No, eventually we will get for good. You understand? But now the people still get an alternative. You see now, so if you must Salman and say, if they not give us something, they go write letter for, they go call people for cancer. But at the end of the day, if nobody know able to talk, if the letter they know able for cancer, go to now go for do. One man go put in company in court, not so, for make the court decide.
The program will be on the following hot seats and it on the Meet Live on television. Mina Samuel Ibrahim Koroma, we wish we can get time for continue the conversation. Minkailu Koroma and Banja Tijansi from the ruling Salon People's Party, former Secretary General na the SLP Party, and Minkailu Koroma, we na senior member within the APC. They na the publicity team na the APC party. Mina Samuel Ibrahim Koroma, we wish to continue the conversation, but I've just been intimidated by my producer. Say we don't go.
So we don't conclude.
Yeah, we don't conclude. But I will give a few seconds because I see you want to say something.
Yes, I agree with Koto Banja. We don't take by this border dispute around the world. Border dispute then they happen. The best way out of this, I have stated this on countless occasions. Slowly approach the court, the ICJ. Now, we get laws the way they guide me. We get international laws the way they guide me. You get Article 2.4 of the UN Charter where they tell you about prohibition of threat, prohibition of force, and state sovereignty. All of that, Guinea, what did they do? Then they go take military, then come put an ayenga, displace the people there, make the people not comfortable inside their own country. We don't depart this from Tijankaba, enable resolver, and next enable resolver, President Biosef on a military man. When Dumbuya for the sit down now and they talk, then get understanding and not still able resolver. So for approach the court, I agree with the big brother. Not the best thing that they for do.
Okay, with that being said, I think this is an advice from a legal person and of course a reasonable man. With regards to how to approach Yenga or whatever. Me and Samuel Ibrahim Koroma, and I say get yourself a wonderful time. Remember, a repeat of this program, they come here every Saturday at exactly 3 p.m. Till we meet again for another edition. Get yourself a wonderful Wednesday. Good night.
Things maybe then put down there for please journalists and then bring this one for able olden at the back.
Let me go. No, please. I know it's how they make. I beg. Want to talk to people them? Long we get the facts. Yeah.
Them two political parties, APC, SDP. Anybody that say becoming a threat, then you for fuse you or polarize you, let you lose your strength.
And again, this just bring me to the question of what they say for even they do local language in the school. How then they go compare it?
I think it's not a bad idea for local languages.
Why it's not supposed to allow any school for submit to them when the school not get approval from NBSSC? My job is to test the people who shape our country, socially or politically. We discuss important human interest issues. Hot Seats, a platform to hear your views and opinions without fear or favor.
I talk about Arise, suicide government, they play Anki Arise project.
Yeah. Mention also about Paran in Asia.
Honorable parentarily don't pay that full amount into the ACC.
Una check usai pula money there for pay and quick?
No, check.
Why?
Wait, yeah. Listen. No, wait.
Again?
Wait, okay, I know they lost. No, make like lost. No, listen.
Government only increased taxes on people for this past 3 months. You don't think it's a body?